We're here live at the podcast once again at this thing that we want to call a podcast but attempt to, and then there's only no viewers. Welcome to the show. We're back.
With no views. We're
Here-
talking to ourselves right now.
Here we are.
And our alter egos.
Here we are back in studio, and I just clicked the wrong ones. Jeez, we just bounced around there for a second. I had it labeled which ones are which because, as you can tell, there's only two of us this week. And I clicked the wrong one like 3 times, trying to transition from the main screen to here. So we're off to a good rocky start, boys. We are here.
Yes, we are.
So today in studio we only have Ekman and me, and yeah, we did it.
Yeah, we're holding the fort down right now.
We're missing Maddie. I actually don't know where he is, what he's doing, but I hope he's dead.
Yeah, me
'cause
either.
fuck him. I'm kidding. We love you, Matt. We miss you every day.
What? Just kidding.
Welcome to the show. This is the show where we literally talk about whatever the hell we feel like before we play a numerous amount of games every Wednesday at 7 o'clock Central Time.
Even though it's 7:13, we were once.
Shut up!
Again.
The topic that we are talking about tonight is the reason why I'm late and why I've been late a couple times. And
Yeah, and why? Coming up, I'll be like next week. I won't be able to be on until 8 o'clock. So, or 8:30. Actually, more like 9. So.
we've dealt with it
Yeah.
before.
But yeah. So our topic today is jobs.
Jobs.
Our jobs.
We went
Any
from
job, really.
we literally went from SGDQ to like Avenged Sevenfold to the most adult thing there possibly could be. Jobs.
Yeah, you have to have them to live. Otherwise, you wait for mom and dad to die and inherit all their money.
I mean, do you have to have them to live? I'm assuming like Trump's kid doesn't do anything.
Trump Jr.?
No, the little kid. Stuff like I don't know.
Barron?
Sure.
Yeah, he probably
I'm sure they don't do anything.
no. Well, he goes to school, but that's about it.
So we're here talking about jobs.
I remember someone in the inauguration thought he was like mentally.
Yeah, and like everyone actually got mad. They're like, "We hate Trump, but don't be a douche."
Yeah,
And I'm like, fair enough. Yeah, that's a good point. What am I thinking of? What it is?
it was just funny. Well, kind of funny. But anyways,
Barrett doesn't have a job, therefore he's not American.
yeah. He's
Job.
gonna work at the coal. He's gonna work at one of the coal mines. His dad opens up.
We're here talking about the thing that single-handedly made Donald Trump win. Jobs. I'm
Jobs.
gonna bring back
Yeah.
all the jobs.
I'm sure we're gonna get someone at some point who's like, "Why you guys shouldn't be complaining about your job? Well, you guys are lucky to have one." I guarantee that'll happen at some point. But
Like a candidate?
no, I'm talking about like someone who watches our thing. Maybe someone would say probably something. It's my guess. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just wrong.
They handwrite me a letter, send it in somewhere,
Out
Hmm.
there,
and it just says, "Hey, schmuck."
hey,
I'm like,
douche.
All right, we're talking about jobs. The reason we're talking about jobs is
We're both going
We're-
through a pretty
we're-
rough patch right now.
Yeah.
with jobs.
me and you have always talked about jobs and life and deep
Yeah.
combos for a long time and get really into it, whether it's money, what we're supposed to be doing in life, whatever. And our jobs have been good to us, and our jobs have been just shit sometimes.
Like, literally, like, put their ass over my face, and shit down my throat.
No, but-
sometimes.
Now, before we begin, I'm definitely going to say that none of us think our jobs are worse than anybody else's. Each job is different.
No.
Some jobs require years of training, some don't. They're all equal. They're
Some you just randomly fall into.
They're a goddamn job. No job is
Yeah.
better than anyone else. Unless if you're
Right.
like, I think an astronaut would probably be like cool, like the best job, don't you think?
Ooh, you're floating in space.
I mean,
oh, it's so hot.
all jobs are equal.
fucking
It's a matter of how much you're willing to work. But I think an astronaut is just a little bit higher. That's pretty badass. I think you get a little bit more than the rest.
Astronaut and a rodeo clown.
And a porn star. Rodeo
And a porn star. Yeah,
Well, you know you've reached the top of the job pyramid when you're a rodeo clown professional.
I'm the best rodeo clown in the United States.
Fun fact, that's my job. No, I'm just kidding. No, so...
Why my job... Speaking of why I said my job was shitty, I got shit on by a bull yesterday. And run over. My spleen erupted.
Well, I'm bringing that up because we're not saying that any job is better than any others. We're not saying ours are better than yours. We're just simply talking about jobs in general. And it's like
right.
that transition of not being a kid anymore into jobs. I mean, some people have college in between there. Some people just start working right away. That transition of you're a kid, now you're a full-time person. Your job is literally your life. We won't talk about how that's economic slavery. We'll just talk about jobs.
Economic slavery. Well, I don't think school ever, besides college, even going into that, I don't think you're ever fully prepared. Like, high schools don't really teach how to prepare for that.
It just happens. And that can really make or break somebody.
I feel we were fortunate that we were, like, forced to do mock interviews and do fake resumes in school when we were in college, you know? Like, that really helped a lot, probably out of anything I ever took, to be honest.
One thing we were talking about the other day, even, where it was something I'm struggling with in work right now.
Do you have a koozie for your Red Bull right now?
Xfinity, baby.
Oh my god.
The one thing that me and you were talking about, and like I'm struggling with at work right now, is like management. Unless you like I don't even know what managing school would be like or classes would be like. But that's something that you just don't experience.
They're really fucking easy. Like,
but
from my understanding, I have quite a bit of friends who have management degrees, and they said it was like the easiest classes they ever took. But I don't think you can really teach.
Yeah, you're not prepared to actually like manage people unless if the school's like, you manage all these students now. You are the teacher. That is your class. Like, you're not fully prepared. You never know who you're gonna get. I mean, that's also some obstacles that could come in the way. You can have good workers, bad workers. You could deal with union stuff, which is more technical. You got to make sure you follow all that stuff. So you never know. You don't know that stuff, and you're just never ready to manage a human being.
The other one is HR would be another, like, human resources is a big
never know.
Management one. But yeah.
So there's some skills that you just can't learn. It seems like, or
unless you learn them
on the
job.
On
the job doing it. Yeah.
So
Trust me from experience. I know.
That's the one thing I struggled with in mine is you gotta put your foot down and do that. Yeah, you gotta be able to not only manage yourself and your time and run all that, but then you're doing that for other people. Right. Now, some people, like my dad and whatnot, they absolutely love that type of work where they know what they have to do and they do it, and then they report to their manager or whatever. And some people just love managing, where they get to be organized, they get to create the flow and efficiency of what their people are doing and all that stuff. But that's, like, I was not ready for that.
Yeah,
managing my projects, managing just people. I wasn't either. Like, when because I started before I have the person I'm working with, my client right now. I had like a month before we let him go. So let him go.
Yeah.
Put him on a boat and pushed it.
Well, no, we had to let him go. So, because he wasn't following the rules. So we, I knew what I was gonna have to do going in. Like I knew what I was gonna have to do expecting going in, but I never thought it would get to this point ever.
Yeah.
Of where I'm at right now, like where I will literally be working for 3 weeks straight, doing half a day each day. I guess it's it's gonna be an experience that is gonna.
It's definitely an experience.
With me. Like I've done that before. The weird thing is, the most I've ever done in a row was 2 weeks, and I did it over. I had to work over, and this is before I was the manager. I had to miss Christmas. Actually, 1 year of working in this company, my first year I ever did it, I missed every major holiday. I had to work.
But that's that transition.
Well, no, I wasn't a manager then.
No,
so.
but way back in the day of like being a kid, all that stuff's there. School takes off for you to go to holidays. Yeah. All of a sudden, you're at college, and you're living paycheck or college or just working in general. You're living paycheck to paycheck, and you're like,
well, otherwise some college students just get their hand held, but still.
But all of a sudden, it's like, oh shit, like I need to work, and then on top of that, like they schedule me. How do I can't just be like, no, I have Christmas, because then I might lose my job.
Right.
Type of thing. So then that's when you start getting into the, oh shit, I don't get to do this stuff every day. I don't get a summer anymore. It's just straight.
Yeah. There is no, I don't characterize any time of the month as like, oh, this is my summer months or whatever. Like, it's just all work. Mm-hmm. Every month is work. Like,
it took me a little bit to get used to that.
I got used to it pretty quick.
It wasn't hard. Yeah, it wasn't hard.
Yeah.
You just accept it. But it's hard to fathom, like, oh god, I'm going to be doing this for 40 years. I better like what I do. Which is the point I was going to try and get at, was like, you're going to be doing this a goddamn long time. A job. You better enjoy it. And it's like, well, how do you know?
Yeah.
Like, even with school, I'm not even sure if that's fully what I wanted to do.
I didn't. I mean, for me, I didn't. I mean, I didn't even. To be fair, I didn't even grad. Well, I have degrees, but I didn't graduate with a bachelor's. I have like a minor and my generals, but I personally can say I love what I do, except when it gets to the point of where I'm at right now. Then it's like, at what cost is it? I mean, I guess because it directly affects me, but like, how do you get to this point is the way I always look at it. Because at a certain point, like, I can only do so much, and then the point I'm at, like, this is up to somebody else. And
just wipe your hands off,
Yeah, there's nothing I can do except just take it in the butthole, basically.
That's what I do for 8 hours straight when I go to work.
Yeah, well, this is not gonna be 8 to 12. Now mine are all 12s now. So, yeah.
So there's that. I just, it's kind of weird of like, well, how do you know exactly if you do like it? That's something I've been thinking about a little bit with like recently.
The way I put it is, for me, is if you can sit back on your day off, or you can, like, for me, it's I know I'm helping somebody's life, like they wouldn't survive without us.
Yeah, I don't.
And that's in my field. That's where you're like, yeah, I know this is what I should be doing, and I'm good at it.
Like, I know what a sense of accomplishment is when it comes to work. I know what that feeling is for me, where I can come home and I just know, like, man, I got a lot done today. I feel pretty accomplished. Well, it's like, that can happen. It doesn't happen. That's not even
accomplishment, though, from my perspective. Like, if you know, like yeah, I like going in, like, I like going into work on a time, like, not every day like normal people, but like I know I want to do what I'm doing for the rest of my life. Like, I know, because I know I can be successful at it, since went from nothing to managing part of the whole company within not even a year. But
I definitely, when it comes to thinking about me liking work, a lot of things come into it as well. Like, I like my setup, I like my area, I like my position, I like the people I work with.
I was just thinking, like,
so you got to take that into factor. So that definitely helps me get out of bed. I definitely don't struggle to get out of bed to go to work. Where
I can't get out.
Sometimes in school, even high school and stuff, it was just like, there's no point of going to fucking school today. There's nothing going on. It was like, why get out of bed? Type of thing. You would struggle with that. I have no problem getting out of bed and going to work.
At least now you're getting that
but
cheddar.
The sense of like, do I actually like my position? It kind of goes up and down. I was thinking about looking at. I've always thought about looking at other jobs, and I looked at a couple other positions in my company. It's like, how do I know? How can I go and see if I actually do like that? And then on top of that, you got to worry about, well, now the things that I for sure do like, I'm throwing away. I'm throwing away the people that I work with because I'm going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a different building. That could be up for debate, but
they should have like a trial period.
I should ask that. Hey, can I try it out?
Can I try this for like 2 weeks to see if I like it?
Even though
I can go back.
Even though we're like really short-handed on our side, and I'm doing like random stuff on top of my normal job right now.
That'd be like me being like, "Hey, can I go apply for these other positions and try them out?"
I just really want to. I really want to try being a surgeon. Can I just try that for like a couple weeks?
Like I was thinking about that today. If I left like today, that whole place would like, and I'm not saying that like to be cynical.
No, because I know exactly. I know exactly how you feel because I kind of feel the same way.
Like it's not like I'm saying that like to be arrogant or whatever, but literally it wouldn't work.
Yeah, in a non-cocky way. Like I was gone yesterday. We're off site, and I came in today, and like there was so much shit all on my desk. There's so many notes and so many emails with people just like, ah! I'm like, all right, let's get started.
I don't think anyone would want my. I think none of the other staff I work with would want my position either. I know one for sure doesn't because he lives with me. I'm like, hey, you want to do? He just loves that. I mean, like, I get it. I get it too. I'm not saying my job is tough, but it's stressful.
All jobs have their ups and downs. All jobs are tough in their own way. I mean, a fucking road worker, that would be tough. But it's
standing like, in the sun, flipping a stop sign back and forth.
Not that, like, you know what I mean. And that would be hard. Could you get out of bed every day and go stand there for 8 hours?
You know how much money those guys make?
Quite a bit.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's like 35 an hour.
Especially in Minnesota, where they always have work.
Yeah, it's like $35 an hour to stand and flip a sign back and forth.
Well, they rotate out of that. That's like the starting position.
Still, it's $35 an hour to flip a sign back and forth.
Think of this. Okay.
I guess I can't, like...
You go there.
Yeah.
You're gonna drive. Your sites are always different. So you have that argument of you have variety, but at the same time, 1 month you could be driving clear across the city in rush hour traffic. Like you could be fucked because you live on the other end.
Right.
So you wake up.
Construction still?
I'm talking about like road, just in the theoreticals. So they could potentially have to drive really fucking far, really goddamn early in the morning because they start really early.
Yeah, they do.
You get there. In days where it's like 90 degrees humidity, whatever the temperature is, these dudes are in fucking boots, pants, long sleeve shirts, that vest, hard hats, earmuffs, goggles, and they're just out in the fucking dead like sunlight, shoveling. Or like sitting on that, like even like the tar thing where that's fucking hot and they're driving that thing. Could you do that for 8 hours a day every day? Would you be able to get out of bed?
I don't think they do it every day.
There's no way I could do that. That would.
I think I'd be able to.
I think I could do it, but after a while, I would kill myself. Like,
what about like a miner that drives like a truck mining drivers? They go to work, they get up, they go in a truck, drive the truck,
or just a truck driver.
Yeah, or just those guys make bank.
So that's tough work too. That's
very tough. And you know what? Another tough part about besides meeting like deadlines, like safety, like like those, like I've heard some stories.
They're driving crazy hours,
crazy.
Plus, then they're just parking their truck somewhere and like I need some sleep. People can go fuck with their shit.
In North Dakota, they were saying like all those guys carry shotguns in their cabins.
Oh yeah.
Because it's the fucking Wild West.
Then on top of that, you got the weather, dumb drivers, fucking problems with your truck. You're hundreds of miles away with somebody else's property that you're pulling. That's some crazy ass fucking work. And then you're away from home for like long periods of time.
I think it's like 2 or 3 or 4 months at a time. That's
a tough ass job. Well, it depends on what type of driving you do. But
they get luckily they do. Most of them I heard get super good benefits and they get paid really well.
Oh yeah.
And it's only been going up too.
Yeah.
Because that's like one of the highest demanding jobs.
Well, even like
in
my facility, like there's people that just solder, and they've been doing that for years. They just hand solder these jobs, cut out jobs, whatever. I couldn't even fucking do that. Like, that's tough work. They definitely can solder shit that I cannot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like being able to do that stuff every day, but people like that. I don't personally, but that's just the style I like. Like my dad.
I do the same thing. I do the same thing every single day.
But you have like actual variety stuff, different stuff that can happen. You can go do stuff. These people,
yeah,
they
true.
just go there and they work. I'm not saying it's bad or any different. That's a tough ass job because part of that job is like keeping yourself sane. I feel, at least that's how I feel when it comes to. I don't think I could do that job at all. Okay, so now I have a question. I thought about it. Hold on. What would be a labor type job that you would want to try, or like if you had to do a labor type job for a month? So that could be anything from like truck driving to burger flipping or something.
Honestly, I think truck driving.
Like any job
that
you just want to try.
I think I would do truck. Honestly, big truck, big rig. That's how I don't. Just the travel aspect of it sounds kind of cool too.
Driving a big ass rig.
I mean, you'd be fucking nerve wracking, like all the shit we just said, but like, I mean, at my point in my life, like, it'd be worth it, I guess. Like, you get all your like student loans and all that shit would just go out the door in 1 year.
Yeah. Okay. Think about it this way.
And you're driving across the country, so at least you get a different scenery and stuff like that. And when you get out there, I'm sure you get like a day or two break before you have to go back or whatever.
I don't know. It all depends.
I don't know. I guess I don't really know, but so, like, I mean, you can go and.
Let's do it this way. And no, this is no bash of any sort. This is no order. Not saying jobs, any of these positions are better than the others, but let's say pick a job that requires like no schooling.
No schooling?
So that you can just go and do. And then next pick something that would be tech related, and then next pick something that would be like a 4 to 6 year degree to do that you would think that you might enjoy.
So no degree. So we're talking like burger flipping.
Any of that stuff. I mean, you could argue, you have to take your classes for driving because you got to get a permit.
You could technically say my job.
Depends. Well, you had a different way of going up. My brother has no degree in anything, and he has a job that requires a 4-year degree.
I guess.
I just meant in like general.
I think technically
your job is technically a 4-year degree.
Yeah, I guess technically. I get paid like it is, so.
But not saying that in general, because anybody could get to that point, more or less.
Oh, anyone could get to my point, yeah.
Dude, there's tons of techs that don't have engineering degrees that are engineers just because of the experience that they have.
Yeah.
They have, in their company have been promoted to engineer and they do engineering work. They don't.
So I guess.
But I'm just saying.
I would say.
So straight off the bat, like straight color from the books. What would be a job that you would want to try or do that requires no school?
Fisherman.
Really? Like the Alaska fisherman
fucking
shit?
That sounds, I don't know.
That does sound pretty cool, actually.
It sounds kind of interesting. It'd be intense, and you'd be fucking tired, but I don't know. It sounds like, fisherman. That'd be kind of interesting.
Cause you wanna hear something? I think I would honestly want to be a farmer. Like try it.
Really? I think that nowadays farmers.
That is the fucking hardest work you'll probably do.
Right now, farmers like 4 years. It's like 4 to 6 year degree, to be honest.
Well, it depends on the farming that you're doing.
But pot farmer.
Yeah, the pot farmer.
Dude, that's where the money's at right now.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Vegas?
Yeah, there's something they ran out.
It's in a state of emergency.
Yeah, state of emergency because they
ran out.
They ran out of supplies. It's like I was watching the Daily Show and they're like, how did you run out of weed That's like you opening up an orgasm store and you're like, yeah, we only have 3 orgasms. Oh, we're out of orgasms. Who would have guessed that people would have wanted to buy these?
Like, yeah, like. So yeah, that's nuts to me. But that's honestly.
Okay, so are we both agreeing that the low no school job that we both want to try doing is pot farming?
Yes.
Hell yeah, okay. I'm on board.
Well, yeah, how about let's just both quit, invest all the rest of our money into a pot farm. Pot farmers.
Remember that time at ICC where like Ed just found that huge pot farm over in like the Coleraine area when they were like hiking in the mines. He just like hiked up this thing and found this like pot farm and he took some of the leaves because he's like, yeah.
I didn't know that.
At least that's what I heard.
We gotta find that farm.
Alright, so then a tech degree, a 2-year degree of some sort. What would be that job? So this would imply like welding and stuff like that.
I was honestly just gonna say like underwater welder would be kind of.
You know, I almost went for just welding in general.
Welding's I always thought it was fun.
But doing it every day?
Every day, I would say, but doing it every day, that's probably a different
story.
Going to work
that hot?
Otherwise, like, what's, those people who, like, inspect roads are kind of, like, they're, like, half engineers?
Yep,
you know?
they're surveyors.
Yeah, surveyors. That wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, I would feel that.
Yeah. One of those two I'd go with. Nah, I'd just go back to pot farming.
Bring back even more knowledge to my pot farm. Make it irrigate itself.
Just aiming for it.
I think.
What about like a brewer kind of thing? I know. Is that like? I know there's some like you can go to some.
Yeah, everyone is their own thing. We could probably fit that underneath 2-year more or less. I mean, you do need to have some sort of knowledge. I mean, somebody
it's chemistry at a certain point.
I'm not saying that somebody that doesn't have a degree couldn't do that. I'm just saying like you gotta do some research. Let's just make it a 2-year degree.
Yeah, I'd go the brewer. That'd be kind of fun.
And plus, then you got to do like the marketing behind that and stuff.
Yeah, I'd do that. That'd be fun.
Okay, that's a cool idea. Yeah.
What about you?
There was a part of me that would be like, I wonder what it would be like if I could have got to that point for like underwater welding and just that type of extra higher paid welding.
Think how fucking scary that would be.
Yeah, but it'd be still kind of thrilling.
That's what I'm saying. Like your heart would be racing the entire time. Besides the fact that you might blow up whatever else is in the fucking ocean too, or wherever water you're in.
Where would we fit in this category that we're kind of running with right now? Where would we fit military?
Huh?
Where would we fit like anything military? Would that be under 4-year? Because you do have to invest like quite a bit of your time for military stuff.
Well, see, and you can go to school while you're in the military too, and it's free for the most part. So,
but you're gonna go like if you're gonna be a drone driver, you probably have to have like 2 years of experience.
I would say if you're just standard fucking infantry though.
Because there was a part of me that still
you're not. I mean, you're studying like tactics and stuff. Otherwise, you're just working out.
Like what if I don't know. What if you're like
I can't really say. I don't really know.
Like what if you're like a boat driver or something or sub.
What do you do? I'm a boat driver.
Tank driver or something. I guess I
What if you're a cook?
Depends on what kind of cook you'd be.
I guess my cousin was like a mechanic.
Mechanic.
He was like a fire mechanic kind of guy.
I think I would still for this thing. I think I would still pick around like welding probably.
I think recently, as I've gotten older, I think like learning about cars and shit is really cool.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. Like I don't know. Like I didn't know. I knew somewhat in like high school and college, but recently, like in the last year or two, like
it's a lot of knowledge.
Fixing my own car and stuff like that has been like it's frustrating and fun. Like when you finally get whatever's wrong, it's super
That was my Saturn all the time. I got a sense of sensation when I tore it apart to fix whatever was wrong with it.
My Alero's doing that right now, and learning how to like fix all my stuff has been really.
It's an art form as well too.
Yeah, that's another one. All right, well, let's move on to
a different 4-year. I would have to pick a different 4-year degree, but there's 2 that I think I would want to at least try. But One is a possibility, and I could probably still do based off of other things.
Well,
so
just say yours because I'm thinking.
I know I know 2 for sure. So teaching of some sort. I wanted to do like maybe high school or college.
Are you talking about your 4?
For a 4, yeah. And I could still do that technically if I got my master's. I could teach engineering of some sort. But the other one for 4-year degree, so I want to be like a pilot, like a commercial pilot. There's something about that like be kind of thrilling, I think.
So one of mine is actually pilot 2.
This is your captain speaking.
I've always wanted. Even when I was a kid, I always was like, yeah, I want to be like. I don't know, just going up and away would be cool. Otherwise,
that was the cheesiest thing ever.
if I was a lot smarter, like I think like aerospace engineering would be like I don't know, or astrology or some shit like that. Okay. I always love learning about like black holes and like the math and shit behind it. Like astrophysics would be kind of interesting, but I guess that'd be more of a 6-year degree or longer.
What would be...
But I'm not smart enough to do that. What
would be your absolute dream job? Do you even have an absolute dream job?
Yeah, I mean, this is the other thing.
President of the United States.
I think just even like an actor, not like saying like a big Hollywood one, but like fucking doing plays and shit. That'd be super fun. Yeah. I don't know.
That's a lot of work too.
Yeah, like I've always thought about that and like
doing like shows 2 times a day.
Even like a voice actor. I think a voice acting would be the most fun on all of them.
Oh yeah.
You're sure your throat would take a goddamn beating, but like, I think like.
Mine already does in my line of work.
Like you can make, you can make you can make something that's an icon, and that will stand the test of I don't know.
Yeah, think of like
SpongeBob is gonna stand the test of
Yeah, I was gonna say like SpongeBob. What's the other one that like people just know? That fucking... Well, think of, like, the goddamn Frozen.
Yeah, like, I always thought, like that would be... If that would be my dream, honestly. And I can do different character voices and stuff. I know I could do some, but I'm not as good, obviously.
In the most cringiest fashion ever, can you give me one?
No, I'm not gonna give one on.
Puss!
I'm scared, okay? I'm trying to think of a character you'd know. Well, I could do Me6.
Oh yeah, I've heard yours a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough, alright.
Yeah, Me6. What's the other one? I don't know. That's just, I guess, one I would be like. I mean, like you can even make up your own voice, and if it's like it fits with the character, then there you go.
If
like it doesn't have to be anything in a. I don't know. That'd be fun, I think.
I feel you. I mean, we're kind of doing random stuff like that right now.
Yeah, for the most part.
All right, I think
What about you though?
For my dream, I don't know. If I knew it, I would probably try and pursue it. There's something about. I think it would be cool to at least do in like a non-douche way. I think it would be cool to do something that like a lot of people acknowledge. So like even one time, so if like you were in a movie or something, or wrote a book.
I think author would be cool.
Because I've always had like this little bucket list.
I guess you don't really need a degree to write a book though either, unless you're doing like a thesis. Well, not even that.
Anyone can write a book. It's just, is it going to be good or not?
Speaking of books, when's Kelly's books coming out?
I don't know. I haven't talked to those guys in a long time.
Yeah, me either. I think they're on vacation right now.
But one of my like dreams, for some stupid reason, is for some reason to just go on like one of those, like a late show or something, or like a famous talk show, like even if it was like Conan or something.
Dude, I was thinking the same. I think I know what you're gonna say, because I was thinking the same thing today. I was like, how fun would that be, just to go on there and dick around?
Well, I'm sure there's like things, but just going on there and just being like, hey, a lot of people acknowledge that I wrote this book. Thanks. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of neat.
Otherwise, I thought like writing for a show or something would be fun, like writing your own TV show or even sketch comedy.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's all hard work at the end of the day, but it'd be fun. Think of something. Me and you thought of the whole Lord of the Rings Bros in a wheelchair.
Oh,
my God!
You just, Oh my god, I'm
Think
never.
how fun.
I completely forgot about that.
Think how fun that would be able to make that. Seriously. And how funny that would be if Frodo was just a parrot.
How did I completely forget about that? We laughed about that so.
Dude, we talked about it for weeks.
Oh my god, the messages back and forth we had.
Like,
Oh my
think
god.
about it. And we talked about like.
That's our idea. If anyone takes that from us, this is our evidence right now.
Yeah, like seriously, like think of how fun that would be.
It's such a bad thing.
Like if we knew sat down for a day or a couple days and actually thought of the whole movies and what would change and stuff like that, even like dialogue and stuff. Think of how and like actually got people to produce and make that. How awesome would that be?
Dude,
even if it was shit.
Even if it was shit and nobody watched it, I would still watch it. Like these things that we're doing right now, part of the reason was just so we would be able to talk to each other and stuff because we're busy all the time. So it's like forcing. We have a time, no matter what, set aside for. Hey, we're gonna try and make this work so we can play games and bullshit, even though we live far apart from each other. Honest
to God, I really want to just sit down and write a script or something of that. It'd be so funny. Like it'd be a shitload of work.
I have a couple funny ideas for like small bits that I want to do, and just it's not even for like the viewership. It's just like. So I could do it and then watch it myself and laugh at it.
Yeah. Like I don't. Like the one big thing I wouldn't care.
I make myself laugh.
It's fame. Yeah. Like I just want to be entertained.
When I see it or my friends laugh at it, then it's just like that's all I care about.
Yeah. Like I don't care.
It's not for the fame.
If someone's like this, well, the only thing I do care about is not going over the line. Sometimes I think. What was one we had? There's another one that
half of Matt's city names on Civ.
Yeah, that's one.
Okay, I know how. I have an idea, an ending question that we can talk about for a little bit to end this podcast before we switch.
Yeah, we should end it. Probably this should be it.
So this question, this is what I got. It could be a fast one too. So if you won $1 million, granted you can do whatever you want, time period, whatever. Let's say $5 million. Do you think you could live the rest of your life on $5 million? Probably.
No, I was thinking about this today too. I was like, because I was thinking about how to generate bitcoins, because I was just curious how it worked. So I looked it up.
So
and I was like, if you got $1 million, I was like $1 million to $5 million is not something you can live your whole life off of anymore. You can go to a point, but I don't think you can do. It
depends on what you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, you'd still have to work.
No, that's kind of what I'm getting at. But I think you're not fathoming maybe like how big that is, because it depends on how you live.
No, I realize how big it is. I'd say if it was 5 million, maybe. But like, you got to think of where, like, 5 years from now, I'm gonna be like, what house should I buy? You know,
with my current salary. If I had $5 million with just my current salary, only spent my current salary every year, it would last me 83 years.
Okay, so, hey, you'd be modern medicine would catch up. You'd still be alive, fucko.
Maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna say $5 million. Let's say you won $5 million right now. Would you at any point have a job?
I think I'd take a break for a while.
Well, yeah. Like I said, you have that. Get bored. You have that time and everything, but that's what I'm trying to get after.
Well, I guess here's the thing, because I honestly think if I had that money, I would start a business. To be honest, so I would have a job.
Yeah.
One, it would keep me busy, and two, like, one of my personal goals eventually is to start my own group home company.
Yeah.
And like, if I had that money, I would start it right away.
So the point I'm trying to get at is if you had $5 million and you could just not work the rest of your life, would you not work the rest of your life? And we're talking about jobs. It's like it sucks. Like,
are we talking like? Well, here's the other thing. Are we talking full time, part time, or once a week?
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I would. I'd get bored.
So the thing that we're talking about that we're kind of like frustrated with right now, and is a thing that I even said at the beginning, like economic slavery. At the same time, it's still like something that we would do because you gotta stay busy. Yeah. So it's like a love-hate relationship with a job.
the point where me and you are in right now is overstimulation of the job, not under.
Yeah.
It'd be like I got laid off for like a month and a half, and I was like, God, I'm fucking like I play like it was cool to like hang out, play video games, do whatever I want, but like you're like, God, I'm fucking bored.
Even if I had, if I won $1 million, I wouldn't even quit my current job.
Me neither.
I would still do it.
I would start my company and then work that. So.
I think I would still keep my job. I don't think I would be ready to wanting to try and jump into starting a business or something.
I feel like I'm almost there, honestly. I've learned so much in the last year, like, I think I could do it.
Fair.
Right now. But I want to, gotta pay off those loans first.
That's what it is.
Student loans first.
Alright.
Because they're gay.
I think we nailed this topic pretty well. We didn't actually really accomplish anything. We just more or less beat around the bush and said some things.
Yeah, we didn't actually say.
Which is what the Ragtime Show's all about.
Beating around the bush.
We never get anywhere with it. We just talk. We never come up to a conclusion. The only conclusion I think we've ever come up with, not even speed of pot farmer. We haven't even.
Other conclusion. We have two conclusions out of this podcast was we'd both be pot farmers, and we both want to write a script about
out of all our podcasts, the only thing we've ever like for sure agreed upon is that we didn't even agree upon like games or movies. Nope. Like there was some, like in the final. We both agree that we both want to be a pot farmer. It's the best of both worlds.
Hey, you gotta have your product.
Hey, never get high off your own supply.
All right.
That's gonna be I'm gonna write an SOP for that, standard operating procedure in our company, and that's gonna be SOP 1. And all it's gonna say is never get high off your own supply. Signed by Jake, process engineering. And on that note, we're gonna end this bad boy and switch over to games.
Well, one specific game.
Are we gonna do that, or do you want to try to do something first?
I want to do that right away.
I have no idea what I'm doing in this game. Is the thing.
It's not that bad. It's. I mean, no, it's not too bad. To be honest, it's pretty easy. Well, yeah, it's not too bad.
Do we fight each other?
Yeah.
Oh god.
We'll pick separate sides so you can get used to it and shit, though. Obviously.
All right. Well, we're signing off on the show. If anyone's here there, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
On YouTube. If you feel like commenting, comment what your favorite. If you agree that if you just had a job,
if you just want to be a pod farmer,
be a pod farmer, or your job, whatever it is, let us know.
Yeah. Today the bugs got into the pot today.
Okay, before we do end, we will establish that if we do become pod farmers and we come up with our own farm, that every day. I'm only gonna wear suspenders with the straw hat. No shirt underneath. Suspenders, straw hat. Fucking every day.
Fair.
Fair?
Fair.
That's SOP 2, baby. All employees must wear only suspenders and straw hats. Even the women. They're just wearing suspenders.
Oh my god.
And that's when we get slapped with sexual harassment. See you next week on the show, boys and girls. Jesus. Let's switch over to the greatest game of all. What is that? What is it called again?
Total War Shogun 2.
Shogun. See you next week.